From their origins on the East Coast to their historic move, the Giants and Dodgers make up one of the best rivalries in all of sport. Tonight, the rivalry continues with a pitching matchup for the ages, as Clayton Kershaw goes for the division-leading Dodgers against Madison Bumgarner and the Giants. It's a matchup of aces in Game 1 of the series, and it's next. The road trip starts tonight. We're coming to you from Dodger Stadium, Game 1 of a 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, Giants are still trying to stay involved in the National League West. Bumgarner, Kershaw, I'm not sure there's anything else you have to say.
Well, you're right. This will be the 10th time that Kershaw and Bumgarner face up against one another. And in those matchups, Bumgarner has a slight edge over Kershaw. He's 4-3. Kershaw 3-4 in those matches. But all those numbers go out the door. Right now, it's about your opponent. You need to make the pitches. You need to execute. And both pitchers are thinking the same thing coming into this game. This is huge for the Giants. It's a lot bigger for the Giants than it is for the Dodgers. But it would be a big deal if they could get the first game of this series.
All right, should be fun. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our CSN Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do all of that. Giants, Dodgers, we'll do all of that right after this.
is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here at Dodger Stadium, our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 78 degrees. You see the winds are light, humidity at 49%, and it's hazy. Kershaw taking the mound, making his 19th start, and this will be his 4th this year against the Giants. The lineup that Kershaw will be facing, it'll be Nunez in the leadoff spot, followed by Pagan, Posey, and Pence. Gorkis Hernandez gets the start. He'll hit 5th, and Crawford, Belt, Bumgarner 8th. He's got 2 lifetime home runs off of Kershaw. And then Kelby Tomlinson in place of Joe Panik.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers will be the veteran left-hander Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw, 28 years of age. He's 6'4", 225 pounds. 18 starts. He was put on the disabled list for almost 2 months of the season with some back problems. In his 18 starts, 11-3 with a 1.81 ERA with 155 strikeouts against 9 walks. That is amazing. How does he do it? Well, high 3/4 release, you're going to see a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. You'll see the mid-90s high velocity fastballs and 2 strike counts. He will cut the fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Lifetime against the Giants, Kershaw 18-7 with a 1.62 ERA. And let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively behind Kershaw tonight. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it's going to be Kendrick, Hernandez, and Puig. Really good arms in center with Hernandez, and in right field with Puig. Seager and Turner on the left side of the infield, Utley and Gonzalez on the right side, and Yasmani Grandal. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Eduardo Nunez, and the first pitch of the ball game is taken high. So we get started right on time. Nunez hits a drive to left, but Kendrick is moving back, and he'll put it away. So that's how this game gets started.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Number 1, rattle the bats. The Giants have been a little bit slow to get the offense going, coming off of a rough day yesterday, and to do it against a guy like Kershaw would mean the world. And number 2, clean up the fundos. Fundamentally, they need to get that runner in with less than 2 outs. They need to get him over. If he's at second with nobody out, small things mean a lot in games like this. Those are Nissan keys to the game.
So here's Pagan. Pagan's got decent history against Kershaw. Kershaw starts him off with a strike. He's 18 for 63 with 5 doubles. With Buster Posey to follow. And a little nubber that Gonzalez can't quite get to. And now it's 0-2. Calling balls and strikes is Jim Reynolds. It'll be Fielding Colbreth, Manny Gonzalez, and C.B. Buckner at third, and Fielding Colbreth is the crew chief.
Jim Reynolds, he can be tight. It's kind of a rule book zone. You'll see high strikes, you'll see low strikes. You don't see big corners.
Pagan on the ground to short. Seager's got it. A little bit of a juggle, but he recovers. 2 outs, and here's Posey. So Buster coming up, hitting .292. He's got 13 home runs, 68 driven in.
Posey's been hot.
And a big breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
Posey, 9 for his last 23. Those are his numbers against Kershaw.
2-0. Three doubles, a couple of home runs lifetime. Here's a line drive, but it's right at Kendrick, and that's going to end the inning. So Buster lays some wood on it. Bumgarner's coming out. It's 0-0. And here's the lineup that'll be facing Bumgarner. It'll be Kendrick to lead things off, followed by Kike Hernandez, then Corey Seager. See his hits, fourth most in the National League. Turner, Gonzalez, and Puig. Grandal will hit seventh, Utley eighth, and Kershaw ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-hander Madison Bumgarner, 6'5", 250-pound, 27-year-old. Four-time All-Star coming into this one. He's 14-9 with a 2.66 ERA. Lifetime against the Dodgers, 13-9 with a 2.78 ERA. How does he do it? Well, you're going to see a low three-quarter release with a low 90s fastball with a natural cut. It'll work its way into a righty away from the lefties. He's got a slider, curveball, and a changeup. 10th time that he has gone toe-to-toe with Clayton Kershaw. In those previous 9 starts, he is 4-3. Kershaw 3-4. Let's take a look at the defense in the Giants outfield tonight behind Bumgarner. Starting from left to right, it'll be Pagan, Hernandez, and Pence. Really good arms in center and right. Crawford and Nunez on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Howie Kendrick hitting at 269. He's got 8 home runs, 38 driven in. And he takes a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
It's a pretty good carry in the ballpark tonight. Not a lot of wind. There is some humidity in the air. That's monsoon season here in Southern California. Medium speed in the infield. Say the same about the gaps in the outfield.
And foul.
All in all, it's absolutely perfect conditions to play baseball.
Dodgers just coming off a 10-game road trip where they went 5-5. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Howie Kendrick, and it's a bit outside. 1-2. Hernandez to follow, and then Seager. Dodgers terrific at home. 20 games over 500 at home. They're under 500 on the road. Tapped off his foot. So we'll reset and do it again. And a few folks still coming in. Not a sellout, but it is a terrific crowd. So Kendrick waiting on Bumgarner. is hit to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson will make the play. 1 out.
So Kendrick waited well on the curveball. But hey, he found the glove.
14, Hernandez.
So here's Hernandez. 7 home runs, 17 driven in. Well documented the ownage that he has on Bumgarner.
And just about all those hits he's got on Bumgarner have been off the fastball.
No balls in 1 strike.
And he's throwing breaking balls at him. He's handled them well. Saw the look Hernandez gave Reynolds, the plate umpire. You'll see a lot of guys look back because he will call high strikes.
Do you think Dave Roberts would like to send a memo to Kike Hernandez? They're not going to throw you any fastballs.
No, they will
not
not.
hittable.
If they do throw a fastball, it'll be out of the strike zone. If it's in the strike zone, then that's a mistake. Those are the numbers. 3 homers, 4 doubles.
3 pitches. See you later.
We will never see another fastball again for a strike.
Shortstop number 5, Corey Seager.
Just breaking ball him. Nice little 0-2 breaking ball in the dirt by design. And a 3-pitch see ya. Thanks for stopping by.
Here's Seager. Seager with 69 runs batted in. He's only faced Bumgarner 5 times. He's 2 for 5 as he fouls this one out of play.
Well, before it's all said and done, these 2 guys are going to play a lot of baseball against each other. And Corey Seager is legit. I mean, he has had a brilliant rookie season. And he just has gotten better every month. And I think that's the best testimony you can give a young player.
And Bumgarner's got the curveball tonight. It's 0-2.
He's got a nice rhythm. Hunter Pence backed up by some scores that the Giants are watching. Atlanta is leading the Mets 7-3 in the 9th inning. Cardinals over the Rockies 5-2. It's that time of year, partner.
Although we start watching the scoreboard April 1st on certain teams. 1-2 to Seager. Pulled foul. The 1-2 to Seager. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Seager, a tall hitter. You've got a hole, and it's right on the hands of the corner. But if you leak it out over the plate, I mean, that's where he can hurt you.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bumgarner with a couple of strikeouts. It's 0-0.
is brought to you by AAA. What does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details.
No score. Both Kershaw and Bumgarner have 1, 2, 3 first innings. Here's Pence. It'll be Pence, Hernandez, and Crawford. Nice. Some Giants fans here tonight, as you would expect. So Kershaw to Pence. And Pence swinging and fouling, and it's out of play. Pence at 294, 12 home runs, 52 runs batted in. His numbers against Kershaw, well, it's not that unusual to see numbers with power guys that 6 for 61. Swing, got a miss. 1 and 2.
93 right above the hands, perfectly placed. But if you're Hunter Pence, I mean, you want to see the high pitch. I mean, that's what he covers. Just couldn't quite keep the top hand on that one. Not going to see many corners with Jim Reynolds. Other umpires, you bet. But Reynolds, no. Just a bit outside, about the width of a ball.
Foul. Pence stays alive. Giants 39 and 35 on the road. The sweep of the D-backs the last 3 road games helped the Giants get 4 games over the 500 mark. Pence pops it up. It's Gonzalez, and Gonzalez makes the catch.
Giants fans, here's your opportunity to score popular 2016 special event items. Your special event ticket will give you the opportunity to choose one of our special event items, including Lego Lucille, Giants Iron Man, a Pixar snow globe, and many other special event items, and a game ticket to your choice of one of the Rockies games next week. Tickets right now, sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Gorkys Hernandez. Looks like Mom's raising him right. Up high to Gorkys. Done a nice job since he's been called up. He's got a couple of home runs, 4 driven in. He's 10 for 30. Taps this one foul.
Well, he's confident right now with the bat, with the glove. I don't know if I've ever seen him not confident with the glove, but when he's swinging the bat well, he's a threat to hit the ball in the ballpark. He's got some pop.
This little pop-up that Gonzalez will chase down, but it's in the second row. He doesn't have any history against Clayton Kershaw. Memo to all guys trying to stay in the big leagues: if you can establish to the manager that you can hit Kershaw, you probably got a job.
Not many guys can say that.
Driven into right center field. Hernandez has got a beat on it, and he'll make the catch. So Hernandez to Hernandez, and that'll bring up Crawford.
Shortstop number 35, Brandon Crawford.
Crawford at 266. Couple hits in 24 at bats lifetime against Kershaw. So a couple of lefties coming up. The Brandons. And Crawford with a line drive to left field, a base hit.
Yeah, we went up there looking for a fastball. And I think he went up there thinking left field as well.
Keep that right shoulder in. And That's what he did.
Just going to fall in love with this swing. Very controlled. Went up there with a plan and executed. Nicely done.
Here's Belt. Belt's number's not very good against Kershaw. 3 for 46. And he takes one inside for a ball.
Talked about the strikeout and walk numbers of Kershaw. They're video game like. Kershaw with 155 strikeouts against 9 walks.
There
you see the career numbers. 3 for 46, 25 strikeouts.
Well, if you're ever going to get a pitch to hit, it would be here.
You would think.
So if you want to lean on one, give it a shot. Two balls and one strike.
94 to him right above the hands, inside corner. They set an outside target there, and that was kind of a good mistake. See the outside target, and that goes right up above the hands at 94. You couldn't place it in a better spot.
Belt's going to be unhappy with that. It's 2-2.
Well, you hate to check swing a strike. 4 pitches in the at bat, all 4 fastballs. And when you get into the batter's box left-handed against Kershaw, you are definitely thinking curveball in the back of your mind.
Crawford chased back. He's got 6 steals on the year. He hasn't been thrown out. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants pick up a hit. They leave one. It'll be Turner to lead things off.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Cresco. Need a tool? We got that. Need instruction? We got that too.
Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on CSNBayArea.com. You can log on each week And check out Alex Pavlovich as he talks baseball. And it's also available on iTunes. Here's Turner. No score. Turner, Gonzalez, Puig. Turner picked a pretty good year to have a free agent year.
Well, the home run total is just off the charts. The most he's ever had in his career is 16. That was last year.
He pops this one out of play. I suppose he'll give chase, but it's right behind the Giants dugout.
So Turner with 27. I mean, that's amazing.
Mets lost tonight. The Braves beat them. So this is the updated National League wild card race. Aaron Blair, I believe, was the pitcher that beat the Mets. First career win for Blair. 1-1 to Justin Turner. A fly ball to right for Hunter Pence.
First baseman number 23.
So here's Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, it's another steady year for him. 82 runs batted in. He's 10 for 50 in his career against Bumgarner. And that pitch away from the target. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So often Gonzalez will take a day off when Bumgarner's on the mound.
Nice career, over 300 home runs, over 1,100 RBIs. Solid career.
Drives this one into center field, hit well. 2 down.
Got up the bat just a little bit.
Right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
So here's Puig.
Well, always a spirited matchup when you have Puig going against Bumgarner. There is a little something extra on this confrontation for both guys.
Spent some time in AAA, Yasiel Puig. First pitch challenge fastball, and he pops it back and out of play. Now they've had some history, and this one was at his foot. And when he gave Bum the stink eye, Bum didn't dig it.
Now that would be a good wrestling match.
Well, it might be one for the ages.
I think I'd buy a ticket to go see it.
1 ball and 1 strike. Seven hits and 29 at bats. Trying to crowd him. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants found out, so did Bumgarner very quickly, about pitching him away. Remember he hit that home run down the right field line.
Yeah, off-speed pitch. First at bat he ever had against him.
This is lined at Hernandez, and Hernandez can't get it. So it's going to be a double for Puig.
Take a look at the pitch. It's up right over the middle of the plate. He backspins this thing. That's the carry it took to get over Hernandez's head center. And he gets every bit of this one. I mean, from the Giants' perspective, it's just Didn't get up high enough to get out of here, but it was hit loudly. So a 2-out double for the first hit of the Dodgers, and it'll be the first time tonight that Bumgarner gets in the stretch.
And it'll be against Yasmani Grandal. Grandal 1 for 11 against Bumgarner. 25 home runs overall. 64 runs batted in. And he takes inside for a ball, 1-0.
Mentioned the small corners on the strike zone tonight with plate umpire Jim Reynolds, and that will frustrate Bumgarner.
Swing and a miss to even the count.
Cutting that fastball in that inside corner.
Puig with his lead at second. 1-2.
Staying in there. Almost looked like halfway into the swing. Grandal realized it was a bad pitch to get after or try to hit. So every pitch of this at bat has been a fastball.
And it hit him.
Trying to go up again above the hands on the inside corner with that fastball. And when you have a guy 1-2 and he hasn't looked good swinging at you, this is really a break for the Dodgers. Kind of piece of Buster Posey too. Let's see where he gets Buster. Hit him in a bad spot in the hand. It does frustrate you when you have a guy in a 1-2 or an 0-2 count and you hit him.
Here's Utley. Utley at 255. He's had 2 hits in 12 at bats lifetime against Bumgarner. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Kershaw's on deck. So Bumgarner does have a base to play with. Puig doubled. Grandal hit on the elbow. And Utley takes high. Breaking ball. 2-0.
It's another thing that Utley has always done. You miss inside with a breaking ball, he'll lean into it. And I really don't know how this missed him. You see him sort of just lean that shoulder into it.
Foul back. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You can describe Chase Utley in 2 words. Old school. Hard-nosed player.
Kershaw leaning on his bat in the on-deck circle. It's 2-1, and now Utley's going to step out.
Bumgarner a little frustrated that that ball was there. He did not think it was too low. Right at the base of the strike zone. He wanted it.
Full count.
So it goes right after with a 3-1 challenge.
Puig and Grandal. And that'll end the inning. Bumgarner strikes out Utley. We'll head to the second. It's 0-0.
Right on the outside corner, and what got the strike was the frame job from Posey, and that is a big play.
Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Rockies are in town next week, the 27th. It's Bay Area Unite Night, and that'll feature a Giant Sharks cap. And then Wednesday, the 28th, it's African American Heritage Night, and your special event ticket will get you a Monty Irvin bobblehead. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Bumgarner. Bumgarner, Tomlinson, Nunez. And a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Bumgarner with a couple of home runs against Kershaw. And Kershaw's not going to let him take away the fastball. He went right at him with a fastball challenge. Good curveball there.
Thinking, well, it's only going to take one.
Bumgarner's right on top of the plate. I mean, he is right up front.
I don't think I've ever seen him that close.
I can't remember him being that close. He's obviously looking for one pitch, one location.
Foul. Pitch to Utley was about as perfect as you're going to get.
Yeah, just the way that Posey snagged it. And look at this little guy, and look at the reaction of his dad.
Yeah, look at Mom.
Mom's psyched.
Got him. Bringing Tomlinson to the plate.
He's up there looking for a breaking ball. The hole at bat.
Tomlinson gets the start, and he's 0 for 12 against Kershaw. So sometimes the computer gets you into the lineup. Sometimes it gets you out of the lineup. This time, clearly, the computer had nothing to do with this.
Well, I think two things. Number one, he's hitting right-handed. And number two, I think Joe Panik just a day off to get away from the game. He's been grinding hard, a little bit of a funk. But Tomlinson 0 for 12 with 5 strikeouts. He does have a walk, however.
Put him in there for a walk.
Well, Kershaw's had 9 on the season, so why not? I will say this, if he goes from an 0-2 count to a walk, I'm buying dinner the rest of the road trip.
Okay. And you think you've really stepped out on a ledge on this one?
Well, I'm just saying.
Out of play.
Just not likely to walk. Dodgers do not show him a lot of respect for the depth of how they play their outfield. Pretty shallow set.
Wind's not carrying.
Nope.
2 down.
Number 10, Eduardo Nunez.
There you go.
Right on the fist. And it sounded like a rolled up newspaper. It didn't make a big noise either.
There are certain at bats where a strikeout is better.
Yeah.
That would be one of them.
Oh, yeah. Can't argue with you. I want to know what the exit velocity was on that thing.
I don't know. You have John's cell phone. Oh, and 1 to Nunez, who hit a ball fairly well to the left that was caught by Kendrick. Taps this one. Pass. Utley flips. Not in time. Nunez beats it out. He's got an infield hit. Once it got by Kershaw, it was going to be tough.
Well, let's make it our forward right choice.
Number 16, Angel Pagan.
Nunez has great speed, and you don't get 2 chances. Just out of reach. It was going to be a do or die play for Utley. Had to come a long way in. He goes to the bare hand. It just kind of a little flip. Too much pine tar on the ball. So Nunez with 2 outs puts himself on base by way of the infield knock.
Yeah, he's taking a little inventory at first. I think he may have wrenched his back, or yeah, he just he says it's my back. The thing about Eduardo Nunez, we've seen it a lot now. At some point, he's going to have to change his whole philosophy on sliding into first.
Well, he's got to lay out the belly slides if it's aggravating his back. He missed the Padres series, the last homestand, all 3 games with some tightness in his lower back.
So Pagan will hit with 2 outs. And there's a quick toss. And what do you do when a guy's back is bothering him a little bit?
Go back on your belly.
That's what he's telling Gonzalez. What are you doing? Pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. I think Nunez is thinking about going. He's trying to get a read on Kershaw's move.
Well, you know, he's got 37 stolen bases on the year. I mean, 40's the next milestone. Kind of keep all those little things to yourself this time of year, but I think he looks to go just about every time he's on first base now.
He goes. Swing and a miss. Here's the throw. It's in the center field. Nunez has got a steal, and he's at third.
And he is leading the league in belly slides on this trip around the bags here.
So the Giants create a scoring opportunity with an infield hit, a stolen base, and a throwing error.
Well, Grandal just threw one of the best sinkers I think I've ever seen in my life. So he's going to get an error out of it, but check him out. Belly slide, and get up, and in the belly slide.
So the only base he hasn't slid on his belly into, and he's got a shot, is home.
Yeah. Curveball in the dirt. I think he's wearing a hole in that protective glove.
I think he is. So Pagan is behind in the count. It's 0-2, so he's got to fight. Foul back. Pitch that was up.
Yeah, he had a hanger right there.
Giants take the lead. Well, ground attack is back, folks.
That's about as good as it gets. Infield single, stolen base, error to catcher, wild pitch, 1-0. Just scud-like hitting out there in front of home plate. And Grandal could not get a body in front of it. Kershaw never moved really towards home plate.
So it's 1-2. Hit on the ground, and Seager will make the play, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board. Kershaw will lead things off.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California.
Well, the most popular way to follow the Giants postseason push is with MLB.com @BAT, the #1 app for live baseball. Go to MLB.com @BAT and get your favorite right now.
Kershaw to lead things off here in the home half of the third, and a strike. Kershaw's 7 for 42. He does have 3 lifetime hits against Bumgarner in 20 at bats. Top of the order, Howie Kendrick on deck. Foul back. 1-2. Pitch number 37 for Bumgarner. Right to Nunez, and Nunez to Belt. All right, here's our Geico quote. Vin Scully on his relationship with Russ Hodges. He said, I can actually remember one night in his kitchen harmonizing with Russ and Ernie Harwell, one of the beautiful moments in my entire life. Russ was terrific. He was a wonderful broadcaster, very emotional, and I just loved being with him. Such a jerk. He is. He doesn't make any sense. He's a jerk.
Yeah. There he is, the great one. And he's going to call it quits this year. His last game that he'll ever do will be the last day of the season in San Francisco. This weekend, it will be a big weekend for Los Angeles as they will say goodbye to Vin Scully. He'll do his final 3 games here at Dodger Stadium. Friday night is the big night where they're going to honor him. 67 years.
Two and one to Kendrick.
And how you envision Vin Scully to be is exactly how he is.
It's a strike. He's a wonderful man.
He really is. And he has brought a lot of people to baseball throughout his brilliant Hall of Fame career.
Sandro is sitting behind him. There's a foul. When we went in there about a month ago, the last time we were here, all 4 of us, the Giants broadcasters, and she told us, she said, I've never seen him mad. Well, if she hasn't seen him mad, then he's never been mad.
No. Well, we made her promise to us that she'd take care of it, and she said, I will.
2-2. Hit out into right center field, but Hunter Pence is standing there. And that'll bring up Kike Hernandez.
Number 14, Kike Hernandez.
Hernandez saw 3 curveballs and he whiffed on all 3. Think he'll try to sneak a fastball by him?
Well, you know, it's no. But it's hard for Bumgarner to think off the fastball.
I know.
And they just keep pumping breaking balls at him. But every time he throws a fastball, this guy does not miss it. And when he's swinging and missing at the curveball, even the ones down below the strike zone, just keep throwing them.
Oh, 2. 6 curveballs, 6 strikes, shutdown inning.
AP Player of the Year Christian McCaffrey and the 2016 Stanford football team this season. For more information, visit GoStanford.com.
Well, next Tuesday, the 27th, is Bay Area Unite Night at AT&T Park. And your special event ticket is going to include a Giants Sharks teal cap. Oh, we got to get one of those.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get
Giants
that.
also take on the Rockies. sfgiants.com/special events. Here's Buster Posey, and Buster takes a pitch down low. Posey lined out to left. Hit a ball right on the nose. Kendrick barely had to move. There he takes a ball, 2-0.
Mentioned that Posey has had a great swing going here. When he locks on, he really tightens up the strike zone as well. It always seems to go hand in hand when any hitter gets hot. They get good pitches to hit. They stay in the strike zone with what they swing at.
That time he broke down because I don't think there's any doubt he was looking for a fastball and he did not get it.
Kershaw missed almost 2 months. Came back 2 starts ago. Struggled a little bit. And his next outing was in Yankee Stadium. It was interrupted twice by rain delays. But you watch him tonight, he looks sharp.
Those are spring training games getting ready for this one.
Well, you may be right.
So Buster takes a little bit of a walk.
Kershaw lifetime 18-7 against the Giants, but with a lifetime ERA of 1.62. That was the outing against the Yankees. Just 1 base runner, 1 hit in 5 innings.
And he hooks this one foul. Giants with a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Pitch number 46 for Kershaw. And Buster Posey with a base hit.
Well, you saw what Utley was thinking. He was going to try and slide into it with a do-or-die bare-hander, and he almost pulled it off. Right now it's time for McDonald's True Stories on this date in 2009 right here in Dodger Stadium. Buster Posey, his first career major league hit off of Jeff Weaver, went the opposite way, and that is how it started. He is now 6 hits away from 1,000 hits. That's our McDonald's True Stories.
Looks exactly the same. Murph.
There's Miguel Murphy.
Murph looks the same.
Yeah, Murph does not get old.
Here's Pence. Pence takes a strike. I agree with you. Murph stays the same. For 40 years, Dick Clark looked exactly the same. Murph's the same way.
Yep. He's the Dick Clark of clubbies.
Pence trying to take a good rip at one. Not on that pitch. It's in the dirt to even the count. Great to see Murph when we're at home. Doesn't travel anymore. And whenever we get to a town, you walk in the clubhouse, they always ask you the same thing. Hey, is Murph on the trip? And if not, how's he doing?
And then say hello for me.
That's out of play.
Mike Murphy has been with the Giants organization since 1958. He was a bat boy. And he was worked himself up to where he was a visiting clubby for many years, and then eventually took over the home clubhouse clubby responsibilities.
Down low. 2-2. So you had him both ways.
I did. And I thought he was the best visiting clubby that I ever had.
Yeah.
And he certainly has been the best home clubby that I ever had. You get a chance to be a player at Mike Murphy's clubhouse. I mean, you're lucky. He's that good.
2-2 pitch on the ground. I think they called it a foul ball.
Fielded Colbreth, indeed he did.
A lot of umpires here at Dodger Stadium.
Well, it would have been a remarkable play. It was not fouled by a whole bunch. But Colbreth immediately put the hands up, said foul ball, and then, I mean, that was close. So instead of a double play, Pence gets another shot.
Two. Here's Gorkis Hernandez. Mr. Bear is here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, this could be a pair. And it is. So Pence hit it on the nose. 2 down.
Right on the nose. And once Seager gets to it, he's got all the time in the world. Utley takes his time, unloads. So you hit the ball right on the screws. And what do you get for it? With the little bird left on the rock.
Here's Hernandez, and he takes a strike.
Pitcher strike.
Hernandez hit a ball well into right center field that was tracked down by Hernandez. Runs that in. It's 2 balls and a strike.
See what Kershaw's trying to do. He's trying to stay in on the hands. Gorkis Hernandez likes that ball middle away.
Nope, pretty close pitch.
I thought that was better than the first strike that was called.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Kershaw is thinking the same thing.
That's the one you wanted. At 93, it's 3-2.
Talked about his walk totals. I mean, they're freakish. Just 9 walks on the year. 156 strikeouts. And how about that? He just adds to it. I mean, call the newspaper. That's news right there.
That is news.
A walk from Kershaw.
Crawford with a base hit in his only at bat as he lined one over Turner in the second inning. So here's Crawford. And he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Brandon Belt is on deck. Crawford with 12 home runs, 80 driven in. Hernandez does not have a steal. He's got good speed. Remember, he's only been here a little over a month. These are the months for players like Hernandez that could define whether they're going to be on the roster next year or not.
Well, the old saying in baseball, the last thing you do is the last thing they remember. So you always want September to be a good one for that reason, especially when you're a young player.
Crawford taps this one foul. So now he's behind in the count, 1-2. Hunter Pence watching. Hunter Pence a good at bat against Kershaw this inning. He battled him tough. And again, Hernandez back. We're in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss. He got him and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, a walk. 3 strikeouts for Kershaw, and it'll be the beef coming up. T-Mobile on October 5th, 1986. It was the year my partner won 20 here at Dodger Stadium. Mike got his 20th win. Candy Malo hit a grand slam off of Oral Hershiser. And in that game, Kruk went 6 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts.
I was up third base with Candy Maldonado hit the grand slam. And a lot of friends and family. They were about in the last row of the upper deck. And they were fired up.
Where you sat as a kid, they might as well put him up there then.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
Here's Seager. Seager takes a strike.
Yep, up there.
Did I ever congratulate you for winning 20?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I had little to do with it. Seager out of play.
Well, Roger Craig told me before that game, he says, you know, you've had a good year. You get another win, it'll be a great year. And I looked at him and I wasn't too happy about the comment. I said, I had a great year.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, okay.
Well, he was, I think, just trying to get you pumped too.
Well, he did.
What's your 20th? Got him.
Good fastball above the hands. But he knew that that was going to be a label that follows you the rest of your life, a former 20-game winner.
He also missed what, one start, DL?
2.
Yeah. I mean, that's significant. I mean, I'm thinking that those were automatic wins. That would have been a 22-win season for you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Here's Turner. Turner hit a fly ball to Pence in the second inning. And he swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Outfield straightaway. Infield straightaway. Belt a bit off the line at first. Out of play, 0-2. Bumgarner 92 on that last pitch.
He's really had a nice rhythm since the first pitch of this game. He really came out of the bullpen ready. And so did Kershaw. I mean, this is exactly what we expected between these two guys.
Fall back. On deck is Adrian Gonzalez. Cardinals though still leading the Rockies 5-2. That game is in the 9th. That's lost. Down low, Turner took it 1-2. Turner waiting on Bumgarner. And now the cat and mouse game continues.
Well, Posey initially called the fastball and he wanted it out of strike zone above the hands. He called it twice in a row. But clearly Bumgarner was thinking about another pitch. He was throwing a breaking ball.
2-2. It's going to happen again. Yep.
Yeah, I think he wants to throw another curveball. He wanted the slider on the outside corner, then the fastball in. So here they go. They decided the fastball in.
Hit on the ground to Tomlinson. Tricky hop. Stays with it.
I've seen guys goes down on one knee, but it's rare to see a second baseman go down on both knees.
Sometimes you just got to go hockey goalie.
Well, that's pretty much what Tomlinson does here. 2 knees down. I got it. I mean, he looked like Buster Posey trying to block a curveball in the dirt.
He saw that in between hop coming, so it was.
You don't miss those, do you?
Here's Gonzalez. Strike to Gonzalez, who hit a fly ball to center field. Yeah, I mean, infielders know when they don't look good fielding a ground ball. Trust me.
Well,
I mean, those are the kind where you can't get a date if you look like that getting ground balls. Line down the right field line. That'll be foul.
Well, it's all about getting you out, and however you can do it.
See, he got a date.
Yeah, he did not go down on both knees to field the ground ball.
0-2 to Gonzalez. Bumgarner with 5 strikeouts in this game. And this hit out to Pence. And that will end the inning. So Bumgarner with a 1-2-3 fourth. And for the Giants, Belt's going to lead things off.
That means it's time for the NorCal Acura Grand Slam giveaway on CSN. Krista Kennel. You will win an Acura MDX if a Giants player hits a Grand Slam this inning. So go to AcuraNorCalDealers.com for more information on how to enter.
Giants with a 1-0 lead. It's Belt, Bumgarner, and Tomlinson against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw has walked 1. He struck out 3. One of the strikeouts was to Belt. And Belt's going to take high. The Dodgers with the overshift. Seager is playing in at the shortstop position. And Belt with a swing and a miss.
Well, it's almost like they're concerned about the bunt. And I don't think he's done that, or at least attempted to do it since May.
Popped him up. Seager or Grandal. And Grandal puts it away.
All right, time now for our Togo's Big Play the Togo's way. Madison Bumgarner, 2 home runs off of Clayton Kershaw. The first one May 21st of 2015, and then this April they teed it up against each other, and he got him again. That's our Togo's Big Play the Togo's way.
Kershaw struck out Bumgarner looking. He kept thinking that Bumgarner was sitting on a breaking ball in that first at bat. Takes low. We'll see.
Well, he's got a plan.
Popped him up. Over by the Giants dugout. Grandal got to the dugout and then couldn't find out where the ball was. So Bumgarner gets another shot. The plus is you're in unfriendly territory too. Some of the stuff you hear is pretty funny.
Yeah, like watch out for the wheelbarrow. That's the one that I always chuckled at. And then somebody would say it every time there was a pop-up that came over there. I don't know if it was for the catcher to be distracted or just for the entertainment of the dugout.
Both.
Made me laugh.
Bumgarner chops it foul.
Plus
Tomlinson is on deck.
You have like 9 guys yelling, "I got it." And the English major says, "I have it." So
Bumgarner pops it straight back. You got a challenge fastball, and this time he took a good rip at it. Breaking ball, and he got him.
that is a big curveball.
So here's Tomlinson, who popped out in the 3rd inning.
That is Uncle Charlie right there. That's a good hook.
Yeah, that's one where you can even look for it. You're going to have trouble hitting it.
That is an off-the-table break.
Tomlinson takes low.
Pitch count wise, at the end of 5 innings, you want to be 75 pitches or less. So he's right where he should be.
And a strike. Tomlinson with a rip. It's 1-2. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Tomlinson, a statue. Puig's going to lead things off.
The SN Bay Area is brought to you by Lenardi's Markets. Visit our fully remodeled store in Los Gatos and enter to win a 10-day trip to Italy. Lenardi's, quite simply the best.
1-0 Giants. We're going to the bottom half of the 5th inning. As promised, it has been a pitching duel between Madison Bumgarner and Clayton Kershaw.
Here's round 2. Puig and Bumgarner, and a challenge and a swing and a foul straight back.
Ooh, he was right on it. He's a good belt high and above hitter. I mean, he likes mistakes up.
Grandal is on deck. Right there, it's 0-2.
I mean, that's where he's trying to get on that inside corner. You just can't leak it out over the middle. He's hit with confidence right now, and he showed it in his first at bat. He absolutely smashed one for a double in his first at bat back in the second inning.
Got him.
Number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
All right, let's take a look at the definition of a big league hang with him. First pitch challenge, and he is all over it. Misses it. And then he goes inside. Boom. Strike 2. And then he comes back inside. Boom. A little bit higher. Strike 3. Said at the onset, you'll see some high strikes from Jim Reynolds, and there were 2 of them.
Here's Grandal. Swing and a miss.
Of the 15 hitters that Bumgarner has faced tonight, he's had 8 of them in 0-2 counts.
In the dirt, 1-2. Utley on deck. 1-0 Giants. And this is just below us. Bumgarner rubbing up the baseball once he gets a new one. He always does it. Out of play the other way. Got him. 7 strikeouts for Bumgarner. And here's Utley. Utley struck out looking in the second. Kershaw on deck. No balls and 1 strike. Straightaway in the infield. Hernandez a shade or so to left center against Utley. One ball and 1 strike. Giants scored their run in the third. On a wild pitch. Utley swing and a miss. 1-2.
Nice little cutter. The thing about his slider, you know, he throws it the same way. Sometimes you get tilt on it, sometimes you get flat cut. Kind of has a mind of its own, but both pitches are effective.
Popped him up. Hernandez, side retired. 2 strikeouts and a pop up, and we will head to the 6th. And for the Giants, it'll be the top of the order. It's 1-0.
broadcast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, the last 3 games of the season are at AT&T Park. It'll be the Giants and the Dodgers. Saturday is Star Wars Day. And then on Sunday, it's Fan Appreciation Day. Prizes will be given out throughout the game, and one lucky fan is going to drive home in a 2016 Toyota Prius. sfgiants.com/tickets. It'll be Nunez to lead things off. Nunez has been the offense for the Giants. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Got an infield hit. Stole second. Went to third on an error. Scored on a wild pitch.
So Kershaw opens it up with a hard slider. Gets Nunez to chase.
Pulled on the ground. Foul. Past Roberto Kelly. And then a Dodger fan leaped for it, and he overleaped.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
What are you doing?
You okay? Yeah.
It's not really good at those usually. Nunez takes one low. One and 2. Well, yeah.
Overshot it. Sorry.
Yep, been there. Nunez, a little pop-up that Gonzalez with an effort. Here's what we were talking about. Infield hit.
And a belly slide at first. That's how he gets on. Then he steals second and a belly slide at second. Ball goes into center field. Gets up. Belly slide to third. And a wild pitch. And that is how the Giants got their run.
Here's the 1-2. Foul. Look out. Out of play.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. He fought off some paint. 94 to on the outside corner at the knees.
Another 1-2. He finally got him with a slow breaking ball. All right, let's check in with our CSN Bay Area studios for this update. All right, thanks, Ahmed. Here, it's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Pagan takes a strike. You see the wild card. So Kershaw about to throw pitch number 84. And it misses. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just a bit inside. With Reynolds, he may have thought it was low. It was close. Going right back in again. It's the thing about Kershaw, that he's got such great stuff, and he's got uncanny command of it. He can go with both sides of the plate with everything he has. Stand inside with hard stuff.
2-2.
Got him. 94 cut coming by way of the back door. And strikeout number 7. Angel Pagan getting a few things off his chest with Jim Reynolds. One thing he has to do is he has to stay in this game. Take a look at the pitch that he did not think was a strike.
So here's Posey. Buster is lined out to left, and then he singled up the middle in the 4th. Here he drives one to right, and coming in is Puig, and he's going to make the catch. Kershaw's going to lead things off.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Here in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium, Giants with a 1-0 lead. And the night is over for Clayton Kershaw. So Rob Segedin is going to pinch hit. Joe Panik comes in to play second. So Segedin, and then Kendrick, and then Kike Hernandez. Segedin gets hit on the foot. So right off the bat, stressful for Bumgarner, as here's Hernandez, as here's Kendrick.
Well, that's a mistake. And it happens in a nice spot. So now you get the top of the lineup coming in at you. So on that first pitch, Kendrick not looking like he's going to bunt. If you're thinking that Dave Roberts, the skipper of the Dodgers, was going to put on a sacrifice, think again. Rick Honeycutt talking it over with Kershaw. He's got to be pretty happy with how he pitched tonight. 6 solid innings, 3 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. The only run he gave up was unearned.
There's a strike. Take it in with his lead. And that pitch is down low. Driven out to right, but Hunter Pence is there. Kendrick retired.
He didn't hit that ball very well. You just didn't know it was going to be enough fly ball to get to Hunter Pence. So a good job of getting that ball up the bat, off the sweet spot of Kendrick.
Kike Hernandez has seen 6 breaking balls, and he's seen 6 strikes. No balls and 1 strike.
7 for 7. Pedro Baez, the right-hander, heating up for Los Angeles. He'll pitch the top of the 7th inning.
Take it in with his lead. High down the left field line. Foul. So it's 0-2.
Well, don't hang him. On the 8th breaking ball that he's throwing him, this was right up there at the belt. And you can see by the grimace, Hernandez thought he had a chance as soon as it left the sweet spot. So if you're Bumgarner, you lower your sights.
Down low. 1-2.
You know, in the back of Bumgarner's mind, he's thinking, you know, I know I can throw a fastball by him. He hasn't seen one all night long. But he's been so good historically against the fastball with Bumgarner.
Got him.
And there it is. He gets him to chase upstairs.
Well, you start to grip and go out. When I get a fastball, I'm going to let her fly.
So he heats him up across the letters. And Hernandez with the hat trick. But he had his pitch to beat him, and he just hooked it.
So here's Seager. Seager has struck out twice. And he pulls this one on the ground foul. Pitches for Bumgarner, 81. So you look at what's going on here, 81.
He's in a good spot pitch count wise. And you want to be 90 or less after the 6th.
One ball and 1 strike.
They immediately check with third base umpire C.B. Buckner as to whether or not Seager swung. All right, did he go? He did not. That would have been a rough strike.
Two balls and 1 strike. 3-1.
You don't want to walk somebody into a scoring position. And this becomes a big pitch in this game. I mean, you got a 1-run lead. Guy on deck's having a career year. But you can't just lay one in here against Seager. You got to put location on it. Ooh. Challenge at 91-mile-an-hour fastball out over the plate. And Seager was swinging to put his team up a run.
Well, this 3-2 pitch is going to be really interesting. I'm talking about the selection of what Bumgarner and Posey come up with. Call back. A little hang time.
Second curveball that he's missed upstairs in this inning. One of them was to Kike Hernandez. And this one just had some hang time middle in.
Three and two.
Slider.
Got him. And that'll end the inning. Seager with the hat trick. We will head to the 7th. There remains 1-0. Game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. So it's all about Bumgarner and Kershaw, and both guys threw 6 innings, almost the same amount of pitches, almost the same amount of strikeout, almost the same amount in every category. But right now the Giants are leading 1-0. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
So Pedro Baez is the new pitcher for the Dodgers, and this is what he has done in 68 appearances, not pitches. 3-2 with a 3.28 ERA, 78 strikeouts in 68 2/3. He's got great stuff. You're going to see a mid to high 90s fastball with a hard slider and a changeup. More sliders to righties, more changeups to lefties. Locked in thought. Already right now he's pitching to the next 3 guys he'll face in the bottom of the 7th. Turner, Gonzalez, and Puig.
Here's Hunter Pence. Pence skies one to right. Can Puig get there? He should. It's hit high enough. And he goes into the seats. And he flips over. And he is going to get up. And did he catch it?
I don't know, but he messed his hat up.
No, he didn't.
I got to give him an A for effort on that one.
I'm going to give him an A+, absolutely.
Looked like he may have hurt his left wrist. I mean, he goes into this thing hard. Ouch. He got no help from anybody, and it was right into the concrete.
Padilla, help him out.
He was thinking about it.
It's 0-1 to Pence. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, he really went in awkwardly. He's taking inventory now. I mean, that rocked him. He's lucky he didn't get seriously hurt.
Right back to Baez. And if that gets by Baez, Pence may have beaten it out.
One more look at the effort from Puig. I mean, this is he's all out onto this one, and I'm not sure if he landed on his shoulder or his wrist. And he almost pulls it off.
He's put together pretty well.
Well, he is. He's
a linebacker. Here's Hernandez. And a strike. Hernandez got on base by way of the walk in the 4th. It was the only walk that Kershaw allowed. One ball and 1 strike.
98, just a bit outside at the knees. Puig still checking to see if everything's in its right place.
Oh, 2 balls and a strike. There's Padilla. Said, Mom, I tried to help him, but he's bigger than I am. You did good, son.
He did good. That a bit. It's good in that uni too, by the way.
Oh, it fits him perfectly. Target is in to Hernandez. A scud. It's 3-1.
If you're catching a guy and you set up inside and he throws a scud that hits it out in front of home plate by about 20 feet away, you don't even know what to call the next
How about
pitch.
the hitter? Although the hitter doesn't know where the target was. Three and 1. So Hernandez can sit on a pitch here. Probably going to be a fastball, you would think. Up the middle, but Utley is there. 2 outs.
So the defensive shift paid dividends there. That ball was hit well. But Utley was standing right behind it. See the pre-pitch positioning. 2 shuffle steps to the right. And that's going to be it for Baez.
So Baez departs. Crawford's coming up. Giants are leading 1-0. the Giants.
New pitcher now for the Dodgers will be Grant Dayton. Lefty will be in his 21st game. Really has done a nice job since coming up. 33 strikeouts against 6 walks and 22 and a third. And he's only given up 15 base runners, which explains the 1.61 ERA. He's got a low 90s fastball that he will sink and cut. Curveball, slider, and a changeup. Well, you're going to see a lot of fastballs from this guy. Lefty's hitting 0.94 against him.
So Crawford's going to step up. Crawford single in the second, struck out in the fourth. Those at bats against Kershaw. Here he takes a big breaking ball for a strike. Crawford waited on that breaking ball, but it was just too far inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The only hit in the game for the Dodgers was a double over the head of Hernandez off the bat of Yasiel Puig in the second. Crawford fouls it out of play. It's 1-2. Belt on deck. We're in the 7th inning.
Grant Dayton. Dodgers got him last year for the Miami Marlins in July. Out of Auburn University.
Crawford on the ground to third. Turner's got it on the third hop. And that'll end the inning. Big boys coming up. Turner, Gonzalez, Puig. Bumgarner coming out.
Returns, and that's Saturday, October 15th. You'll see it on CSN California, coming off their amazing run at the Stanley Cup the last year. And the Western Conference champion Sharks are going to be back on the ice. Shark hockey returns October 15th. The home of the authentic Sharks fan is right here, or right there on CSN California.
So Bumgarner will go after Turner, Gonzalez, and Puig. It's 1-0. San Francisco here in the 7th. Turner is 0 for 2. He's flied out and he's bounced out. And he pops this one up. And Belt is going to run out of room. This little guy is still holding his own.
Hey, he's got his hat. He brought his glove. He's got his game face on.
Totally influenced by his mom.
Oh yeah, listen to your mother.
Foul back. 92 above the belt.
I mean, he's going after him with high stuff right across the letters. 27 home runs on the year. First saw Turner with the Mets. I mean, he was the farthest thing from a home run guy. Then last year he put up 16, and then this year he's exploded. 27.
Yeah, he's a utility guy. Out of play. Bumgarner goes at him again.
I mean, broke in with Baltimore back in 2009. In the big leagues, I mean, he had 4 home runs, two. Then he had 7 with the Dodgers in 2014, and then last year 16, and then this year just has had an absolutely career year. Highs in home runs and RBIs.
Went with the 0-2 breaking ball, 1-2.
Turner, a local kid, Southern California, born in Long Beach, lives in Bellflower, went to Fullerton State.
Got him.
Strikeout number 10 from Bumgarner. Of the 10 strikeouts, 3 have been called strike threes. The other 7 swing and miss. And most games with 10+ strikeouts since 1893. Bumgarner trails 1 guy, and that's Tim Lincecum. Juan Marichal, Jason Schmidt, Christy Mathewson, Bumgarner, and Lincecum.
Here's Adrian Gonzalez, who's hit the ball in the air twice. And he fouls this one back.
He's about as relaxed a bat head throw as there is in the game. It is stress-free, his swing. And the lighter the grip, the heavier the bat head. And he's got a heavy bat head.
0-2. He's the Bartolo Colon of hitters.
That's exactly right. I mean, he looks like he could fall asleep between pitches.
Rolls slowly. Panic's going to have to hurry, and they got him. That's the one drawback on those deep set by the second baseman, but Panic made the play.
Well, when he made the play too, that ball was going to take its last hop right about the cut of the grass, so that had funk written all over it. Had to charge it. Nice exchange. And if you had the stopwatch, that was the best time from home to first for Adrian Gonzalez in like 4 years.
Here's Puig. Puig doubled in the second, then struck out looking in the fifth. Was not happy with the call third strike. And Puig trying to tie it up, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, I got to believe he was looking for some hard stuff in there.
This is a little further off the plate than I remember.
I think he's made the adjustment because he's looking in here.
Slowly hit. Bumgarner is going to grab it, flip it to Belt, and they got him. And that's a great play by Belt. And Bumgarner says something to Puig, and now we go. I've not seen bullpens run this fast in my life.
Well, there's about 70 ball players out there. I mean, this is just inevitable. It's going to happen someday between Puig and Bumgarner. Kane and Samardzija, I mean, they're two big boys right there, and Bumgarner was kind of throwing them around like a couple of rag dolls. Rigetti over there. I mean, there's some big bodies on the field.
Well, I don't know what started it, but it doesn't take much between those two.
Great play right there. I mean, that was great. Then Bum looking at Puig, Puig looking at Bumgarner, and then maybe just a bad look.
Yeah, I said, don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
I don't want you to look at me.
Don't make eye contact.
Oh boy, boys will be boys. Hey, be careful with the coaches. They're the old guys.
George Lombard.
For the Giants. And
well, one more look. It really was a great play, and especially from Belt's part. As he walks off, little eye contact. Don't look at me. Really? Don't look at me. Really? And here we go. George Lombard, the coach, gets in the middle there. Billy Hayes over it, sticking his nose in it. And it's really the job of coaches to try and bring some calm. And oftentimes you'll see the coaches right in the middle of it, between blows or pushes.
well, warnings have been issued, obviously, to both teams. So Belt is going to hit. He's going to be facing Dayton, Grant Dayton, who got one out in the 7th. And Belt, a little pop up into left field. Plenty of time for Hernandez to get there and make the catch. And that'll bring up Mac Williamson.
Pinch hitter, number 51, Mac Williamson.
So Williamson is hitting for Bumgarner. Think he did his job tonight?
Oh, spectacular. 1 hit allowed in 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks. The only hit the Dodgers got was a 2-out double that Yasiel Puig hit back in the 2nd inning, and it was not a cheapie.
Swing and a miss by Mac Williamson. Williamson takes a pitch inside, no swing.
Well, and I think what comes out of the little semi Donnybrook is that it cranked up the intensity level even more.
Yeah, sure did.
And for the Giants, maybe that's a good thing.
Williamson 1-2.
Leaving his feet.
Foul back.
Dayton going right at him with high fastballs. I mean, if you're Williamson, I mean, you want something up, something you could get airborne that elevates on contact. And the fastball, they're trying to cut it in.
Foul back again. So Williamson keeps hacking.
A little delay in the game for a beach ball. It's about the 3rd one tonight.
One and two.
Ooh, breaking ball this somewhere. First breaking ball in the at-bat, and it froze Williamson. You know, the beach ball, if you think about it, as we watch the pitch that just was a bit outside.
Got him.
And went right back up top, so he cleaned the palate of the eye on the breaking ball, and then he goes right back upstairs and gets him. Just one high fastball after another.
Here's Panic. Will Smith getting loose. And this is popped up, so this will end the inning. And Seager puts it away. So Smith is coming in. It remains 1-0 Giants. tomorrow night, and we'll have it for you right here on CSN Bay Area. Just like tonight, pregame live at 6:30. Game will start right at the top of the hour. So check out insider Alex Pavlovich on CSNBayArea.com.
And the rest of the series really promises to be all about pitching.
Cueto, Hill, Moore, Maeda. One nothing Giants. And there's Will Smith.
Take a look at the numbers from Will Smith. 1-4 with a 3.82 ERA. He's been very good. 41 strikeouts against 17 walks. Just 29 hits in 35 1/3. Low 90s fastball, curveball, slider.
Here he's facing Yasmani Grandal. And a curveball for a called strike.
I was talking about the beach balls, and it's kind of it's built in here in this ballpark where you expect to see beach balls every game. But if Dave Roberts, the skipper of the Dodgers, ever wanted to buy some extra time for one of his relievers to get ready, just throw out a beach ball.
Or 3 or 4. So we're going to foul back.
I mean, it's
just dump a pile of them over the wall.
Who would blame the Dodgers? I mean, they would never do that. I would think somebody did it up in the stands. Derek Law getting loose.
Pitch in the dirt. It's 1-2. Utley on deck. Grandal 1 for 5 lifetime against Smith. Chases in the dirt. Posey blocks, throws, got him, 1 out. For whatever reason, the curveball in the dirt has been very effective tonight. Bumgarner struck out 10.
Well, there it is, a 1-2 count by design. Through that breaking ball, you hope that hitter chases, and it really is one of the really great weapons that Will Smith has, and he can do it with both the slider and the curveball. Go down the dirt and get a guy to chase. And we're not just talking lefties either. He can do it to righties.
Utley tonight against Bumgarner, 0 for 2. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Mike said it before, you throw that a little too far in, he will stick out his elbow.
Getting hit by a pitch is a big part of his game, especially when a team's down, his team's down.
0-2.
Well, that broke him down. Now, if you're Will Smith, you're thinking, well, I can throw that one again.
Well, if you throw it in that spot, you're going to be fine. One and 2. Popped up, and that'll be a souvenir.
Somehow got a piece of that.
So Will Smith way ahead in the count to Utley with Ruiz on deck.
Posey wants a fastball.
Hit on the ground to Panic. And Utley's retired.
And that wound up being a pretty good mistake right there. They set that target away with a fastball, and it winds up exploding in his hands right above the hands on the inside corner. That's a great mistake right there.
Here's Ruiz. So here's Ruiz, the former Philly. Ball down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
One thing we've learned about Ruiz over the years is that he will use the whole field. It's a lot of balls to right field. Whatever side of the plate you pitch him, he'll go with it. He'll pull inside, he'll go to right field away. Not on that curveball. That was a good one. I don't think anybody on the planet's going to look for that in the 1-0 count.
Well, you're going to miss 1 and 2. Kendrick is on deck.
See Blanton on your right, Jansen on the left.
Popped out of play. Stays 1 and 2.
Simple. If the score stays as it is, you'll see Blanton. If the Dodgers take a lead, you'll see Jansen. That's why you see 2 right-handers up.
And a base hit. So Ruiz with a pinch hit single.
Oh, and he got 1 pitch up. And Ruiz, to his credit, he jumped on it. And that's going to be it for Will Smith.
Second hit of the game for the Dodgers. So Derek Law is coming in. And Howie Kendrick is the hitter. It's 1-0 Giants. We'll be back. Two outs here in the 8th inning. So there's Derek Law.
See what Derek Law has done his rookie year. 55 times he's come into a game. 4-2 with a 1 save and 1 save opportunity. 1.90 ERA. And look at the strikeouts to walks. He's been fantastic. Fastball that go low to mids. More mids than lows. Curveball, slider, and a changeup.
So Johnson is pinch running. for Kendrick. Timeout was called.
Definitely a steal situation here for Michael Johnson and the Dodgers.
Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
You think about it. Johnson goes and he's safe. Obviously, you get 2 outs, you get a runner in scoring position. If he's out, then you can lead off the 9th inning with your leadoff hitter. So it is go time.
2-0.
But you have to throw a strike. Giants' problems in the bullpen have been well documented.
Johnson's leaning. He does not go. And that's high. It's 3-0. Kike Hernandez is on deck. I don't believe he would hit. So we'll be careful. Kendrick could have the green light. He does. And it's 3-1.
So that should relax Derek Law a little bit. He actually went out. Now Kendrick swinging a ball that was really couldn't have been where he was looking for, because that was off the plate. With a little cut running away, he was just going to swing no matter what. Josh Reddick. Yep, it's nail bite time.
It is. 3-1. Get out to Pence. This is going to end the inning. So we'll go to the 9th, and for the Giants, they'll have the top of the order coming up. It remains 1-0.
Our player of the game, brought to you by Honda. Madison Bumgarner would be that gentleman tonight. Why? Well, all he did was go 7 strong innings, allow 1 hit, 2 base runners. He hit a batter, no walks, 10 strikeouts. and everything was working. He was striking them out with fastballs. He was striking them out with curveballs. He was striking them out with sliders. He had it going. And when the bright lights were on, the big man showed up tonight. So he is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
Giants looking for a little insurance.
In Giants history, Madison Bumgarner sets a new franchise record. That goes back to 1898, 241.
Nunez takes a pitch inside.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Nunez, Pagan, and Posey. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Joe Blanton has had a solid season for the Dodgers. 76 strikeouts in 76 innings with a 2.37 ERA.
Healthy rip, and it's 1-2.
Really has redefined himself. I mean, for the longest time in his career, he was a starter. And then makes the transition into the pen. Has really done a nice job. He's been their setup man all year.
And Nunez is out swinging. And that'll bring up Pagan.
Left fielder, number 60, Angel Pagan.
Well, Strickland's ready to go. Remains to be seen whether Derek Law is going to go back out there. Bruce Bochy has mentioned that both those guys are in the mix to try to get the last out. And they still are, as a matter of fact. So here's Pagan, who's 0 for 3. And he hits one into center field. Is this going to fall? No, sliding is Hernandez, and he makes the catch. Nice play. 2 outs.
Very nice play. Out the crack of the bat, I had a chance to get down. What a nice first step. And good closing speed. Slides into it for style points. Oh yeah, it's nice to make a play, but it's really nice to look good doing it. Joe Blanton digs it.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster's hit the ball hard twice, and they were caught, and then he bounced one up the middle that Utley was shading him to pull. He tried to barehand it, couldn't make the play, and Buster picked up a hit. So a foul off of Grandal. That was away from the target, and I suppose he had a pretty good rip. Law might be done.
Well, he'll probably go back out there and until they make the pinch hitter change. Kike Hernandez is due to lead off, but I don't think he's going to pitch anymore.
Good swing by Buster. It's 0-2.
So Derek Law trots back out there. They put in Reddick. Then you're going to see Lopez in the mix and match 9th inning.
Pitch. Here it is. Hit on the ground to third for Turner. Turner kicks it. He recovers and throws, and they got him. And that'll end the inning. So we will head to the bottom of the ninth. It's 1-0 Giants. Post-game live right here on CSN Bay Area. Amy G is here, and she'll have some post-game reaction. Alex Pavlovich, his post-game notes. And Jack Rio and Chip Kelly, their thoughts on tough losses. So Andrew Tolles has come out. He's a left-handed hitter. And Bruce Bochy's not leaving his chair. So. It may be, Mike, that Lopez is for Seager because they probably wouldn't pinch hit for Seager.
They've got two right-handers on the bench, Charlie Culberson and Austin Barnes.
And a curveball is inside, 1-0. Two balls, no strikes.
So if Law's going to do it, he's going to have to do it coming from behind in the count.
Hit on the ground, foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Posey will have to give Law a new baseball. Once it hits the ground, it's coming out of the game.
It's just automatic.
It is automatic.
Which kind of stinks, really.
Well, it stinks for you.
Well, if you're a pitcher, you got a ball that had a scuff on it. That was movement for free. Get the ball to move, even just throwing a fastball if you knew how to hold it right.
And a base hit to right field. So Tolles singles on the 2-1 pitch, and that'll bring up Seager, and now Bruce Bochy probably is coming out. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back. Lopez is in to face Corey Seager.
So take a look at the year that he has had. 65 games he's come into. He's amassed 26 innings. He has been the left-handed specialist. Lefty's hitting .205. And he's going to face Corey Seager. And for Javier Lopez, if you're wondering how he's done against Corey Seager, he has faced him 5 times, and Seager has 2 hits, including a home run.
So Seager stands in. a strike, and it's 0-1.
The all-important first strike. Giants infield plays to pull. See where Crawford, the shortstop, is. Straight up the middle. Pretty good speed with Tolles at first.
0-2.
Paint on the second strike. Right on the corner.
Runner goes. Swinging a tapper foul. Tolles was on the move.
Pretty good job on the unload time there from Lopez, 1.24 seconds. If you're thinking about the arms that the Giants have in their outfield, the best arms are in center and right. Strongest arm in center with Hernandez.
Away, 1-2.
Swing way wide. Seager not biting.
And Lopez will check on Tolles.
Why not? You never know. You never know if he's going on first move.
Fouled again. This one off his foot.
I suppose he wanted that breaking ball on that outside corner to start on the outside corner, then fall off the plate away. That hung middle in. So the pitch inside sets up the outside part of the plate. Likely they'll go back outside or try to again here in the 1-2 count.
One and two to Seager.
Check that runner. I think he had a little bit of an idea that it was go time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, he did. He was starting to get that slide. So that's the location that Posey wanted in the 1-2 count. And to Seager's credit, he laid off.
There's Turner. Out of play.
And he had both cheeks into that swing.
And he seems to do that on a consistent basis. Two balls, two strikes. Lopez, Seager, Tolles with good speed at first. Panic Crawford at double play depth. On the ground and under the glove and a base hit. Runners at first and third with nobody out.
And again, the shift.
Unbelievable.
Creates opportunity. If they're playing straight up, it's likely a double play. And Panic cannot get back.
So Bruce Bochy's coming out. We saw this on Saturday.
Just under the glove of Joe Panik.
So we're going to take a break. Strickland's coming in. The tying run is at third. But the Dodgers have something going on here with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. And Hunter Strickland is going to try to save the day.
Well, he inherits a runner first and third, nobody out mess. 69th game that he has come into. And for Strickland, who has mid to high 90s velocity on the fastball with two types of movement, a slider and a changeup, he inherits a strikeout situation.
So Turner is 0 for 3. And lifetime against Strickland, he's 0 for 4. Outfield straightaway and deep, especially Hernandez. Foul back. No balls and one strike.
Well, he introduces himself
at 100.
At 100.
If the ball is struck very hard at Crawford or Panik, they might come home, even though Tolles has terrific speed. But for the most part, they're at double play depth. Belt. Does he have room? He does not. It's just out of play. And it's now 0. They get no balls and 2 strikes. Turner struck out on a high fastball. We'll see what Strickland does here.
That's what Posey wants.
Ahead in the count.
A high fastball. Oh boy.
Wow.
And he almost threw it by Posey. I don't know how he reached back anticipating a high fastball in an 0-2 count. And he pulls it down and away off the plate to a backhand. And watch the reaction from Posey. And remember, there's a runner at third.
It's hard to throw a pitch 100 miles an hour down around the ankles. 1-2.
Posey wants that high fastball.
Base hit. This game is tied.
Well, he couldn't get the high fastball up above the strike zone. And let's take a look how he, in the pitch sequence, fastball at 100 miles an hour, fouls it back. Then he pops up the slider. Then he almost throws a fastball behind him. Again, he wants the high fastball. This is in the strike zone, away. And he just goes with the location. Finds a hole on the right side. And the Giants' woes continue in the 9th inning.
Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 3. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
It's 97 two-seam movement. He's pitching for the ground ball now. Pitch for the ground ball early. Pitch for the strikeout late.
Seager at second. Turner's at first. And a foul back. Strickland had to challenge, and he did. Three singles in this inning. Seager, they're going to wave him in, and this game is over. Thought it was out, then I thought Pence was going to catch it, and neither happened.
And once he kicks away from the glove, an easy score for Seager, and a bitter loss for the Giants.
Well, they take on their rivals tonight, and they did everything right for 8 innings, and they could not nail it down once again in the 9th. Final score, Dodgers 2, Giants 1. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.